It's my pleasure to come to the part of our program where we get to recognize and honor an individual who has done great things for our university, their community, and the state of Oklahoma with the presentation of an honorary doctorate degree. We are privileged to have with us today David Rainbolt to accept an honorary degree on behalf of his father, Gene Rainbolt. Gene is an Oklahoman entrepreneur and a philanthropist. He began his banking career in 1962 with the acquisition of the First American Bank in Purcell, and soon after the Federal National Bank in Shawnee. He focused on helping struggling banks and formed Oklahoma's first multi-bank holding company in 1985. 12 banks merged under a single charter, and Bank First was founded in 1989. Bank First continues to prosper and is the largest state-chartered bank in Oklahoma, where he serves as chairman emeritus, and his son David serves as the chief executive officer. Throughout his career, Gene witnessed multi-generational economic hardship and became an advocate of education to bring change and opportunity. He has supported scholarships for OSU students, endowed faculty positions, and extension programs for Oklahoma's farmers, ranchers, and agribusiness to ensure sustainable success and well-being in rural communities. Gene has served a multitude of leadership roles on a variety of prestigious boards and councils in Oklahoma and is a veteran of the United States Army. David, will you please come forward? I ask that Regent Chair Gerald Callahan also come forward to assist with this presentation. It gives Oklahoma State University great honor to bestow upon Gene Rainbolt an honorary doctorate of humane letters degree. Congratulations, David, to you. Your father and all your family. It's a privilege to recognize you all today. We now move to the introduction of our keynote speaker. We are delighted to have Congressman Frank Lucas with us today. A fifth-generation Oklahoman, Lucas has stayed true to his home state. Born and raised in western Oklahoma, he has continued to farm wheat and raise cattle on the same land his family did before him 120 years ago. In the 7th grade, Congressman Lucas discovered during a mock classroom debate about the presidential campaign that he cared about the issues and could motivate his classmates to think about what was important, and a trait he has lived up to by serving as our congressman. Mr. Lucas attended Oklahoma State University, where he studied agricultural economics, a degree that furthered his knowledge of the business and policy of agriculture. During his time at OSU, he was the chair of the College of Republicans, where his interest in politics flourished. In his time as a Student Government Association senator, he was exposed to a variety of opinions and ideas, which he acknowledges was an important part of attending a comprehensive university. With a deep appreciation of history, the congressman has always been a supporter of the mission of Oklahoma State as a premier land-grant university. As a graduate of Oklahoma State, he began a legacy in his family that his children fulfilled, and we hope someday his grandchildren will as well. Frank and his wife, Linda, live in Cheyenne and are active members of the community. The values that were instilled in Frank from a young age have followed him throughout his life. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State are better places because of it. It's now my distinct pleasure to introduce Congressman Frank Lucas.
President Schrum, members of the Board of Regents, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the class of 2022. You deserve an applause. Thank you for your warm welcome and the invitation to be with you. I find it hard to believe any of you would have been here to listen to my speeches SGA Senate days years ago. But I promise you, these next 15 minutes will be nothing like those speeches or the political ads you were inundated with in the last 2 years. As a proud member of the Oklahoma State community, I'm honored to be here to deliver the 132nd Fall Commencement Address. And with this month marking the 40th anniversary of my own graduation from Oklahoma State, I'm personally very humbled to be a part of this wonderful occasion. As you will soon learn, graduating from this prestigious institution will open countless doors for you throughout your life. As an OSU alumnus, I'm proud to be one of the first to congratulate you and your families on this celebratory occasion. To reach this day, students have had the support of families, friends, faculty, and in some cases, unknown strangers in our communities. I thank those who have sacrificed to make this moment possible. As a father of myself to 2 Oklahoma State graduates, and I'm going to acknowledge this, it is a glorious day when your child graduates from college, and a really great day for your bank account. I know the class of 2022 will join me in thanking you for your love and support. As soon-to-be alumnus of Oklahoma State University, I hope you cherish the memories you made here in Stillwater. You've worked hard to reach this milestone. You'll leave with lifelong friends and fond memories of homecoming. And if they still do this, being thrown into Theta Pond and enjoying long nights out on the strip with friends. I'm sure the same deep philosophical conversations are still happening at George's, Eskimo Joe's, and you may have never heard of this place, the Stonewall. I cannot speak to the details of those discussions, but I remember them as being very thoughtful. You were fellow Cowboys with legendary wrestling coach John Smith. You were fellow Cowboys with Lindy Waters, Cade Cunningham, and their revered coach Mike Boynton. You had the unique experience of christening O'Brate Stadium and joining President George W. Bush for the ceremonial first pitch. I know we'll all remember Bedlam 2021. Although I didn't get to join you on the field after the game, that's what spouses are for, to protect you from yourself sometimes. I know you will all remember, oh yes, cramming you did at Edmond Lowe. And to those of you graduating with high honors, academic awards, and distinctions, I say, well done. And for those of you who might have received a C or 2 through the process, rest assured, you too can be a member of Congress someday. All jokes aside, I know we all appreciate the wonderful quality about Oklahoma State, that whether you come from the most rural area or an inner city or any place in between, OSU remains true to the modern land-grant mission by preparing students for unimaginable success. While your studies and extracurriculars will leave a lasting impression and provide you with countless stories to share throughout your life, maybe even a few of those with your mother, one thing you should always be proud of is where you've come from and the lessons you've learned along the way as you aspire to achieve great things. I say that because I've been in many of your shoes. You see, I'm the proud product of rural western Oklahoma. My parents were children of the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. Across the semi-arid, windy, and often drought-stricken landscape that my family has called home for over 5 generations. It was the prairie that allowed the expansive landscape to weather all types of drought cycles. Its tangled roots held the topsoil in place, preventing it from blowing away, and are turning our expansive blue skies brown and black. But what many of our grandparents, and in your case, my graduate friends, your great-grandparents did not know was the long-term effects of tilling what was called the last frontier of agriculture. Sod busting led to impressive harvests, but when the rain stopped, the once productive land became hard-pan fields and dust clouds and transformed the landscape for generations. The decade-long drought unmistakably shaped the lives of many across Oklahoma, including my late parents. Shaped by the adversity of both the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl, my parents were quick to learn the value of a day's work. Hard work came before sunrise and long after sunset as they helped tend to the homestead. Their purpose, from the act of caring for the land and raising what they could with what they had, provided for their families, their neighbors, and embracing the responsibilities of what is called being in the breadbasket of America's home. That sense of community helped create a feeling of certainty and belonging during uncertain times. It was bolstered by the knowledge that a family member or a neighbor would do anything in their power to help you or your family, day or night. These are values that were instilled in me as a young boy in the Durham, Crawford, rural communities of North Roger Mills County. And they are the foundations upon which our beloved university was founded. Oklahoma State University was born out of the vision that public land should be given to states to provide for the higher education and embetterment of its people. The Morrill Act, passed by Congress on July 2, 1862, and signed by President Abraham Lincoln, established the land-grant university system. This revolutionary piece of policy guaranteed that no longer would receiving a higher education be reserved for the privileged few. Land-grant institutions lifted an entire new class of citizens and put them on a path toward the great American dream. These uniquely American institutions equip students with tools and knowledge necessary to solve some of society's most challenging issues, then and now. The three pillars of a land-grant university: instruction, research, and extension have allowed generations to serve the public, with Oklahoma State's university's pioneering spirit having helped pave the way for new discoveries. Throughout its history, Oklahoma State has solved problems. We've responded to the needs of our state's farmers during the Dust Bowl with innovative soil conservation techniques, and has continued serving farmers and ranchers well with its world-class wheat genetics program. Through the leadership of President Schrum, we are working to solve the problem of rural health care. And through the leadership of many in the engineering school, and with the launch of OSU's new Oklahoma Aerospace Institute for Research and Education, we are equipping the next generation of manned and unmanned aerospace professionals, leveraging their innovation to support America's national security drone strategy. Oklahoma State's deep commitment to our original land-grant mission and working to apply it to today's problems will ensure that Oklahoma's brightest orange continues to be a steward of learning and opportunity. I would be remiss if I did not thank the long line of university leaders, professors, and mentors who laid the foundation for students like you and I. Leaders like Oliver Wilhelm, who established the OSU Foundation, which has gone on to elevate the impact of OSU through advanced educational opportunities. Leaders like Burns Hargis, who ushered in new investments and helped provide transformative resources, not just for Oklahoma State, but for the entire state of Oklahoma. Leaders like Dr. Darrell Ray, who was a personal mentor of mine as my AggieCon policy professor, who represents all the professors and mentors we've shared during our time on campus. Because of mentors and leaders like President Wilhelm, President Burns Hargis, and Dr. Ray, a young man from Roger Mills County who graduated in a high school class of 40, was able to grow up to be a member of Congress. Remember this: the size of your hometown does not have to determine the size of your dreams. Ultimately, you are all the reason why Oklahoma State will be the preeminent land-grant institution. Your innovation, your discoveries, your wealth of knowledge, and generosity to give back to OSU will help make our university a better place for generations to come. You are all examples that OSU is and will, for generations, continue to be the preeminent land-grant university. Now, that you are a graduate of Oklahoma State, you're a part of an engine that will continue to drive investment in the university. I believe now more than ever, Oklahoma and our nation need graduates of land-grant universities. You are the ones who will go on to educate students, serve our communities, solve problems, improve our understanding of the world around us. Going forward, I challenge you to always remember what it means to be a cowboy. Remember to challenge yourself intellectually and never stop learning. Never, ever. Be a good steward of your communities and always be of service to your neighbors. Be a good steward of resources as we work together to enhance the quality of life, economic prospects, and outcomes for all our fellow Oklahomans and the rest of the globe. I thank you for letting me share this special day with you. I hope there will come a time for you to return to OSU, as I did today, to reflect on how the mission of Oklahoma State University helped to define you and the aspirations of your youth. Congratulations again to the class of 2022 on becoming a graduate of Oklahoma State University. May God bless you and never, ever, ever forget. Go Pokes!